Protests at Berkeley erupt after Ann Coulter was forced to cancel her speech yesterday amid rising threats of violence. The college is blaming the cancellation on security reasons, but Ann Coulter not buying that.
There are ways of dealing with violence. That's why we have a police force. The police captain's argument was, we can't have Ann Coulter. There's going to be violence. Well, I don't know. Call a cop. What's your job?
So why do liberals think the First Amendment only applies to them? The president of Berkeley College Republicans and a correspondent at campusreform.org, Troy Worden, joins us right now with a reaction. Troy, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us today from San Francisco.
Thank you for having me on.
So what do you think about her argument? Hey, the cops can protect me. There's obviously a double standard at play here.
That's absolutely true. It's the job of the University Police Department to ensure the safety of students and attendees at political events and speaking events such as ours. And the fact that the university effectively told the cops to stand down, that's in effect silencing our right to free speech, and it's making our events dangerous, and we can't move forward with them if we can't guarantee the safety of the attendees or the speaker.
Troy, explain what you meant when you said the police were told to back down. That was given the fact that a couple of months ago, Milo was out there and there were violent demonstrations and protests and riots as well. So if something like that happened, the cops were told just let them burn the place down?
Well, essentially, that's what happened on February 1st when we invited Milo Yiannopoulos to speak. They did not intervene. They did not use all the resources at their disposal to keep the crowd under control, and the event got canceled. And guess what? Now Ann Coulter was canceled because the university essentially told us that the police department would not intervene to protect our attendees unless there was a life-threatening situation. So in other words, the police were told not to do their jobs.
Another example of how there is a double standard on how Berkeley handles conservative speakers versus liberal or progressive speakers is their curfew. Explain how that works.
Well, the amazing thing is the university, without even notifying us, in consultation with the University Police Department and the City of Berkeley, designed a policy that's unwritten, that's subjective, that's arbitrary, that essentially says that high-profile speakers, such as Ann Coulter, can't speak past 3 p.m. Now, this is being applied unequally because the former president of Mexico, an ardent Trump critic, Vicente Fox, was able to speak past 3 p.m. just a few days after we had canceled our David Horowitz event. Right. In other words, high-profile speaker for the university means conservative speaker. So conservative speech is being curtailed at the university through an unwritten policy, and we have yet to see the university present us with something in writing, something that we can actually fight against.
The whole idea of a university is that's where you go to hear other ideas. Universities, Troy, are not supposed to take sides.
No, they're not. You go to a university in order to hear different points of view. What we wanted to do, what the Berkeley College Republicans wanted to do, was make people understand where Trump supporters are coming from in terms of the immigration debate. And we were absolutely unable to do that. I detail at length in my article for campusreform.org exactly all the measures and parameters the university put on place to ensure that our event could not go through. It's quite unfortunate. Now students have been deprived of their intellectual right, which is to hear a different point of view.
Absolutely. It certainly is a stain on the legacy of Berkeley. Troy, we thank you very much for getting up so early out in San Francisco where it is 3:48 in the morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right. What do you think about that?